It is freezing out here. Literally, guys, welcome to the Stony Ridge Farm today. It's a gorgeous day. The sun's just coming up over the trees. Actually, hadn't even come up over the trees out here in front of the house. There's Uncle Jesse. Cheers. Grab your coffee. It's Cows and Coffee time. I've been missing in action for you guys for quite some time. So it's been 3 days now since our last live stream, I think. 3, maybe 4. Yeah. So you guys know, when you're coming in the door, hit that like button. Let me know you like it. If you've been invited to follow the channel over on Facebook, just click that follow button. It'll let you know when I post a new video. Did I forget my glove? Yep. We got one glove in my hand and forgot the other glove. Guys, it is chilly this morning. This morning was about 30 degrees out here on the farm. Hey, Fuzzball, what you doing? Come here, Fuzzy Ball. I am hoarse. I have been talking for days and days. Hey, come here, Fuzzy Butt. Come here, Fuzzball. I haven't got to see my kitty in a while. Come here, kitty. Come on, buddy. Come here, little kitty. So we just had Fuzzball fixed. And Fuzzball isn't too happy about that. You good kitty? So she's been down here mousing, I guess, all night last night. We're going to hop in the Kubota. Here's the problem with those metal buildings. You look right here, it's raining in this building. Right now, look up. It's raining. It's actually raining inside this building. So this is a problem with having those steel buildings that are open. Once the sun hits them, they condensate inside. And there's lumber under this building. This isn't typical. It's not typically doing this right here. So let's go up. We're going to check the shipping container first thing this morning. If we can get the Kubota to start. Morning, guys. Tell me, you get your deer hunting areas ready? Dude, this is the deer hunting area. A lot of people go out and make food plots and all that stuff. I don't need to do it here. I don't need to do anything to attract deer. Every night there are deer in the yard. Every evening there are deer out here. I pulled in, they're bedded down right behind me in this section of the farm. So it's chilly this morning. All right. Got to service the Kubota very soon. Cheers. Grab your coffee. We're due for service at 400 hours, and I think we're at like 405 hours on this machine. Got a cool video coming out a little bit later today on Facebook. It's already out on YouTube. Got a little walk around on the Warlock dump truck. Pretty cool. And I'll guarantee you it's raining in this shipping container. I had my farm sitter watching after the place while I was gone. And farm sitter as in Miss Stony Ridge, said that it was raining in here yesterday morning. There's water dropping out. I told her, well, it's best to leave it open so we don't have that problem. I can see a few drips. It's not bad. What will develop in here is mildew and mold. So you can see there are drips up here in the top of the shipping container. So for anybody that's thinking about buying a shipping container or a steel building, guys, it pays to have it insulated. It really does. I don't know if any of you guys have steel carport type buildings, but it does pay to have it insulated. So yeah. Josh, having a coffee with you. Good deal, Richard. We got Richard, Tom, Sean, Plague of Badgers in the house. Morning. Somebody said something about, where have you been? So I've been in Louisville, Kentucky at the Equip Expo, which is a kind of a farm, lawn, garden industry tool expo. So got to meet a lot of cool people, a lot of cool content creators, and also got to meet a lot of great companies. So got to connect with companies like DeWalt, Milwaukee, Steel, Husqvarna, Echo, Toro, TYM, all those guys were there. So I guess when you're in this industry of creating video content, it's good to go shake hands with the tool guys, and that was pretty fun. I'm addicted to tools, I'll have to say. So and we've got some cool stuff coming from Northern Tool here pretty soon. I've got a lift that I got from Northern Tool. We're going to go ahead and install that, so that'll be a future video. So we're driving all the way across the farm real quick, and my head is about to freeze because I shaved it. If you want the weather to get cold, just let me know. I'll cut my hair for you. Oh man, good morning. Milwaukee all the way. I don't know that I'm sold on. I'm an old school DeWalt 18 volt guy. Also Ego, got up with the Ego folks. Ego's got some really awesome tools. I didn't know a lot about Ego as a company, but I learned a lot. Got to meet some of the folks with Lowe's, which was really cool. Some of the important people with Lowe's Home Improvement, Lowe's Hardware. That was really interesting. It's just been a busy weekend. All right, where we're going on the farm today, you know what? I think we're just going to take a walk. Take us a nice long walk this morning. Somebody said they got him a small 6-pointer. That's good. Okay. Yeah, we don't need to. We just grab your coffee, guys. Farmer Strong. Grab you a slug of coffee. It is a beautiful day here, Sherry. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely. I'm going to turn the camera around. We're going to take a little walk as I get out of breath walking through the pasture. Let's turn off the electric fence because the cows are no longer in this section of pasture. I've been gone, but Miss Stony Ridge has been looking after the place, and she's done a great job for sure. I'm a hard guy to work for. I say work for. She volunteered to help out and look after everything while I was gone, and she did a great job. Moving the cows isn't that much of a chore, but it is a chore that has to be done twice a day. So somebody's got to be here to look after the animals. And as I walk, I'm just taking a closer look at what the pastures are looking like, making plans for winter. All the green that we had, gosh, I guess about 2 weeks ago, something like that. A lot of that green is gone. So the cows are chowing on some brown. Clover's still out here looking good. All right. Now I'm scratching my head here. Just a little head scratching as to how the cows got their water while I was gone. So let's go up here and do a little head scratching. So the last paddock they were in, I think Miss Stony Ridge just closed all the gates. There we go, around the waterer. Plenty of grass in here still. And that's a hill, by the way. If you can't tell, that's a hill. Need to fix. Sherry said she needs her cow fix. Everybody's getting their cow fix this morning. It's awesome. I need mine too. When I'm traveling like that, I'm listening to a lot of audiobooks, and I was listening to books on farming and ranching, thought processes and intensive grazing and all sorts of fun stuff. So the cows, we'll go ahead and turn the camera around because the cows are right here. They are right in our face almost. So they're right out there. Okay, so we've got some decent stockpile forage right here You can see it looks what I'd call a little woolly. But the cows will gobble this stuff down over the winter. So looking pretty good. Okay, if this is your first time to the farm or your 50 millionth time here, this is a first generation regenerative type farm. So what you're seeing out here was overgrown in brush. It looked just like that, okay? All the fields that we're looking at out here, all this looked like that when I bought the land. We came in, we cut some timber, we cut some trees, we pushed off some land, and we're regenerating and rebuilding the land. We are in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains of North Carolina, and we have no topsoil. No topsoil whatsoever. Got some areas that need attention. You guys can see we got bare soil right here. This is very compacted. When we cut timber right here, this was where the road went through. So it's really, really packed hard right here. We'll give this some extra attention this year by putting a hay bale right here and another hay bale right on the other side there. All right, coffee cup down. Guys, take your last slug. I'm done with the coffee. All right. You know, you really get in tune with Mother Nature a lot more when you live on the land like this. Hopefully taking you guys out here every day is kind of getting you in tune with nature. And you can really see just how much work it takes to build something like this. The cows, really, I'm gonna have to take a look at where they're at right now. They're eating good. Looks like they're hungry. But I'm not sure not sure that's the right paddock. We need to take a look at where they are and what they're doing. Grass is nice and wet. Again, we had a heavy frost last night, and the cows have already grazed in here, and you can see they haven't hurt it at all. So this moving every 12 hours, what that does is it affords me the opportunity to not have to feed hay to these animals all winter long. So hopefully we can get into mid-January before we start rolling out hay bales. There are hay bales down here. If you look, there are hay bales up here. There are hay bales stashed all over the farm, so we don't have to haul hay all around. So it's easier to unload it and stack it where it needs to be. And then we just have to hook to it with the Greg Judy baling roller and roll out here and roll our hay. Oh, looks like we got a rock on the Stony Ridge. It's actually a piece of asphalt. There was a huge pile, so you guys know, there was a huge pile of asphalt right over here. Probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 dump truck loads of asphalt. Is the steam coming off the cow pies? I don't see any cow pies yet. They're cow pies, but they're older. So the girls are coming up right now. Power is on this fence so I don't get the snot knocked out of me. And let's see where they've been so far. The question I need to ask, because I haven't been watching them, so they moved into here, then they moved to here, then they moved to here. Have they been in this pasture yet? That is the question I need to ask myself. And this pasture almost, I'm gonna toss that rock in that hole. This pasture almost is enough for a full 24-hour graze. Okay, so I'm gonna walk out here, make sure there are no fresh manure pats out here. I don't think there are. And we'll check on the girls. Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Morning, Mona. How you been? I haven't seen you in a couple days. Morning, everybody. Oh, I see Cindy got a big old mouthful of food coming this way. Freedom number 5. Always curious, but doesn't let me touch so much. Come on. It might be time. Today might be the day. Is today the day? Oh, it might be the day for cow kisses. Yeah, I'm not gonna hurt you. All right, you guys ready to move? Woo! Woo! you ready? Okay, so the young steer that had the foot issue before we get to moving is right here. He's the fellow that had his foot issue. So let's watch him a little bit. What I'm seeing here, he's a little bit wet in his backside area, which means he's eating a lot of high protein forage, clover, little scours, okay? You doing okay now? You doing better, buddy? Little buddy? Huh? Let's see how your limp is. Nope, no more limp. So, see guys, you don't have to freak out and call the vet every time your cow or every time one of your livestock has a little problem. You just kind of got to sit tight and wait. This is Cindy. Hey, Cindy. How you doing, girl? Got a big old mouthful of food? All right, let's get them moved, guys. Thanks for all you do. Thank you, JC. Thank you, guys. I'm sorry if I'm not seeing your all your comments here. The 6-pointer got last night was 17 yards, ran 75 yards. Okay, good deal, brother. Good deal. Okay, come on, girls. Woo! Come on. Come on. We're just going to hang the gate latch right here and let the girls come on through. Come on, girls. Come on, everybody. We got new pastures to graze, greener pastures. Come on, good morning. Good morning, 202. Come on, girls. I foresee some running, kicking, and bucking. Watching with my kid. And CNC, coffee and cocoa. That's pretty cool. Sherry sent 500 stars. Thank you, Sherry. These are all the youngins. Hey, youngins. Come on, everybody. Gonna go look at a, okay, here's the calf that had the limp. He's got a little, still tiny bit of a limp. He's much, much better. But I do see a little strangeness in his gait. Just a little bit, okay? So that is a steer. He's a young steer. He won't stay with the herd, but he will be with the herd for the next year at least. So he will be a beef cow. But we still got to make sure he's healthy and happy and disease free. So that's it. Come on, everybody. There we go. There's the kicking and bucking and fun. 205. Water's a little chilly this morning, isn't it? Cows don't like really cold water. It kind of turns them off. They'll stick their head down in that cold water, and then they'll look back and they'll shake their head like, oh, it's so cold. There's Karate Cow. And Sweetie. Hey, Sweetie. Good morning, Sweetie. How are you? How was my sweetie this morning? Yeah, a good head scratch? You want to rub? All right. Got 2 cows out here that there's plenty of food. That's why they don't care about moving right now. Woo! Come on. Come on, girls. Number 18, and I think it's number 22 out there. 22 is looking a little thin. We're going to actually walk back behind them and take a look and make sure everything's good to go with these 2. And I see something sitting up here in the pasture. I want to make sure it's not something that could be hazardous to the cows. Morning, girls. Good morning, girls. Okay, so you see this behavior right here? This is a bit of a... Well, it's a bit of something that I didn't expect. You itching, girl? Let's make sure her eyes are okay. Okay. She's bagging up just a little bit. Take a look at her. Okay. Cows are typically going to carry their baby on this side, over on the right side. I don't know that she's not going to calf again. You going to have another calf? Number 22. We'll have to keep an eye on her. There's that steaming manure you guys were talking about. All right, let's see what we got out here. It might just be a mushroom sticking up, but I want to make sure it's not a hazard. You can see it right here. Yep. Lots of puffball mushrooms. So that's what it was. Just a little puffball. But we want to make sure that the cows are safe. So, And look at what we found on the Stony Ridge. Another rock. 10 rocks a day, 365 days a year. I think eventually, by the time I'm 90, we'll get close to picking up all the rocks on the Stony Ridge farm. All right, I'm just gonna put this right up there next to the water. All that'll be buried very soon. Okay, grab this critter. And away we go. I'm not hearing the electric fence popping, which is of a little bit of concern to me. So we got to check the fence and make sure it's doing its job. Now, here's where we'd hear it pop. Yep. Oh yeah, it's hot. Okay, just want to make sure. And we got to make sure that nothing is going to get hung up for the cows. They're out of this paddock, they're into this paddock, and that is touching ground. Okay, so we listen, and we're gonna have to turn this without getting the snot shocked out of us. There we go, right there. I've got a better system in place at the other fence post, and we're gonna change this one pretty soon. Okay, so let's take a little stroll. This is some of the best grass on the farm right now. Multi-species pasture, a polyculture. That's Woolly Bully, looking good, nice and healthy. Don't turn your back on an Angus bull, because he will hurt you, or any bull for that matter. So what are you guys noticing about the cows? Butt fertilizer, that's right, Denise. How often are you going to change out your bull? So I'm going to go look at a South Pole bull for next year. So kind of rotate a different bull in every couple of years. Every couple of years. There's some good information out there on breeding and line breeding. This is Susie and this is Sweetie, the two nicest cows, my two pets. And you can tell. So let's look at their udders compared to, you can see Susie's udders are really small. Sweetie's udders are really, really small, right, Sweetie? Now we'll go look at 22's udders. We got a calf running down here. Man, they like to get in trouble. The calves are always trying to get in trouble. What are you doing? What are you doing? Sweetie's something. She's full of it. So 22, I could probably just pick her out by her size and her udders. Let's see. 22 look like she's potentially going to have a baby. That's 24. Shouldn't be having any more fall babies, but you know, there's always the potential. Hey, good morning, Cindy. Morning, Tammy. The landscape on the farm over here across the way has changed dramatically. Hopefully tomorrow we'll get over there and show you guys the landscape over there. Let's see if this is 22. Nope, that's Butthead. You see the young calves. They basically run to the furthest corner of the fence and see if there's any way they could get out and get in trouble. That's what they do. Let's see here. Most certainly not a cow about to have a calf right there. Not a cow about to have a calf there. 21 is right here. Sometimes when they're about to calf, they'll kind of go off away from everybody just a little bit. We had two cows to not have a calf, number 18 and number 39. So Sweetie, her calf was stillborn, which is pretty upsetting for me. But sometimes that just happens. So there was nothing I could do. I couldn't pull the calf. I couldn't do anything to change it. All the youngsters are down here. Let's go see the youngins. We are live, guys, and this part of the pasture doesn't have very good cell service. So it might be a little jumpy, but once we get our good internet in, we'll be streaming internet all over the farm, and we'll be able to have full 1080p, good clear picture for you guys. Sherry says, our calves naughty like puppies. Yeah, they'll try to get into stuff. How do you choose the best breed on a small farm? I was thinking Wagyu. Well, you need to research your Wagyu beef, brother. This is all grass-fed operation right here. 100% grass-fed, no grain, unless we're trying to entice them to follow me or follow a bucket. But I don't grain my animals. I don't give any grain. Not that there's anything really wrong with that, inherently wrong with that, but the nutrition level of the beef that's raised on grass like this is simply better. And in my opinion, the flavor is better. Some people have had grass-fed beef, and grass-fed beef is a science, okay? So grass-fed beef, all grass-fed beef is not created equally. You've got to have a polyculture. You've got to have multiple species in your pasture. You've got to harvest your animals at the appropriate time, the right time of year. So all this stuff makes a difference. I think that's her. Let's go see. All this stuff makes a difference. So if you've had grass-fed beef in the past and you're like, yeah, this is not good. Well, just think about all the GMO garbage that's being fed to cows on feedlots. This is the way a cow should live. And it ain't my opinion. I don't think it's an opinion. I think it's a fact. So that's 38. I'm looking for 22 again. There she is. So that's 22 right there. Tammy just walking by. I can see her udder starting to swell. Hey, girl. Not wagging her tail a lot. Just kind of, she's got me curious, so I'll keep my eye on her. We'll all keep our eyes on her and make sure she's not, you can see a butthead going with her, kind of smelling, sniffing of her hind end. Something's going on. I think that cow might be about to calf. The flavor and the health of the animal is way better grass-fed. This is the way animals should live, okay? It's not an opinion, guys. It's a fact. This is the way that cows and ruminant animals should be living. And that's just it. Happy and healthy. No medications, no antibiotics in their feed, no GMO garbage. This is the way your food should live. Why would you eat anything that your animals, why would you even consider eating anything that your animals wouldn't eat? You wouldn't go out and spray your garden with glyphosate and then go eat the tomatoes, but you can go to the grocery store and buy the tomatoes that have been sprayed with, with the chemicals. I don't know, man. That's just not me. That's not me. I think we're finding that our food system's messed up in this country, and Uncle Sam is partly to blame. So I just can't wait to get a milk cow, because we can farms. Dude, you get a milk cow, you're going to be a prisoner to your farm. That's just it. You want to go on vacation? Too bad, you got a milk cow. You want to go somewhere, you and the wife want to take off and head to Colorado. Nope, sorry, you got a milk cow. So you're going to be stuck at home for a gallon or two of milk per day. I don't know, man. I don't know about that. Ask any dairyman for sure. Do I want a milk cow? Heck yes, I want a milk cow. Does it take work to move these cows every day? Yeah, but the average person can do it. It takes literally, if I come out here, check the cows and move them, and it takes me about 15, 20 minutes. Yeah, Don, you are right. And Don, thanks for saying that. I mean, if we got high fructose corn syrup in everything that we eat, and the government says that's okay, all right? They also say it's okay to feed cows in feedlots a low dose of antibiotics in their feed. That's not okay. And I don't care what anybody says from a healthcare standpoint, being a healthcare professional. I see, and the doctors that I work with at the hospital, they see it. We see it every day. Antibiotic resistant organisms. And you know why? Because we're feeding the wrong thing to our food. It starts in the soil. It doesn't start in the bucket. It doesn't start in the grain bin. It starts in the soil. So, I don't know. I grew up in Wisconsin. Many dairy cows, those farmers never get a break, says Sherry. Exactly. Somebody sent some stars. Who was it? Stephen Roy sent 530 stars. Thank you, Steve, and thank you, Roy. Thank you, Michael, for letting me know that, brother. I have a skin condition due to preservatives in food. Stop eating them. Guys, let me be your inspiration. I lost 85 pounds eating high quality food. Okay? Stop eating that garbage. Grow yourself a victory garden and let's win this together. Stop eating that garbage. We're going to do some more videos on nutrition soon. Might seem like a little bit of a boring subject, but you know, it doesn't matter how boring it is. You want to live longer, you got to think about what you eat. And if you're not thinking about what you eat and you're just buying the cheap garbage that you find in the grocery store, I'm sorry, you're going to develop syndromes and you're going to have problems. What's in the grocery store on the shelves is not the best for you. We live in an over-processed world. I just don't think it's right. So, I agree with you. I told my kids if I ever had to do my life all over, I would never live in the city. You still have choices in the city. I mean, you do, Lynn. Absolutely. Boring is important. Absolutely. Yeah, you still have choices in the city. You can make your choices and you can buy local, buy in season. Stop being addicted to sugar. Everybody who eats sugar, every time you eat it, drinking a sugary soda pop or eating a cookie or whatever, you know, we've got to spoil ourselves from time to time. But some of the books I was reading on the audiobooks I was listening to on the drive, you know, it talks about sugar and how, you know, sugar wasn't even prevalent. It was so expensive back in the early days. People didn't get sugar. Now everything is sweetened, and it's sweetened with a bunch of bull crap. It's high fructose corn syrup, a subsidized food. I just don't agree with it. I don't agree with the subsidizing food to make bad food for our country to cause a healthcare epidemic. I just don't agree with it. There's nothing wrong with this. And if you're vegan, good for you. That's cool. You can be vegan all you want to, but I'm going to tell you, we are omnivores and there's no running from genetics. So that's it. That's it. Now, let's talk about my mistake. I made a huge mistake with the animals that I had on this farm. So we went to the cattle market and I sold off about 10 cows. Really, I only needed to get rid of 2 cows. 2 of the cull cows. I should have kept the other 8 on the farm. I was really worried that I wouldn't have enough forage and I wouldn't have enough food for the cows for the winter time. And the expense of raising these animals, I've got $9,400 in hay. So I sold off some of the cows in order to pay for the hay, and it didn't even pay for the hay. I should have kept those cows, and we could have made high quality beef with those cows and got it to you guys versus me selling it. So yeah, they should subsidize healthy food. That's the thing, Roy. You know, the healthier foods oftentimes cost more. And what that does is takes the poor man and has him eating garbage while the wealthy man isn't eating garbage. So, you know, what do we do with a broken system like that? I don't know. I just don't know what the answer is. I don't think they should subsidize any food, okay? And I guess that's just me. Why in the world would it be the government's responsibility to take care of my cows or Farmer Bill's wheat crop or Farmer Joe's corn crop? Why? Why does that burden need to fall on the taxpayer? Why? I don't get it, okay? So anyway, that's my little rant this morning. Why, if you can't build a farm, figure out a way to make it stand on its own 2 feet, whether you just start small, or if you're doing one of these big mega farm operations. You've got, you know, I've got friends that are farming or ranching 10,000 acres. If you can't do it without government subsidies, you know, why? Why can't you? Is it a successful business if it has to be subsidized by something else? I don't know, man. I don't know. Philip the Wise says, special interest lobbyists have a firm grip on our food industry. That's it, and that's the problem. Food industry, okay? Food factory, factory farms, factory food, high fructose corn syrup, all GMO garbage, all the stuff that they're trying to shovel in your face. If you watch commercials on TV, Easy Mac, fake macaroni and cheese. I don't know, man. Don't let me get on the food rant. We have a rule in the house, and it frequently gets broken because I'm addicted to sugar. I am addicted to, man, I love ice cream. Oh, man, like nobody's business. Love ice cream. Love candy, love cookies. I do. I'm addicted to sugar, and I admit it. And that's how I gained almost 90 pounds. So I don't know, man. There's some thought process here. I say, man, I don't know, guys. There's some thought process here that we all need to work on. And I think we're addicted to salt and sugar and processed foods. So if there's any take-home message you can take home from the Stony Ridge Farm channel is pay attention to what you eat. Pick it up. Look at the ingredients. If it has some kind of chemical garbage that you're not sure about, preservatives and garbage, don't buy it. You vote with your dollars, okay? And the politicians can do anything they want to. Big business can do anything they want to, but you vote with your dollars, okay? So with your dollars that you spend on your high quality food, that's what you vote with. And if you stop buying garbage, they'll stop making garbage, okay? That's all. Oreos, I know. I'm a sugar addict myself. So drink more water too. Tammy, absolutely. So I get up every morning and try and drink a quart of water or a liter of water every morning if I possibly can. So absolutely. None of us drink enough water. Good deal. Bottom line is greed. JC Seward. Well, you know, everybody wants to make a good living. If you figured out a way to make a good living and you figured out a way to make more of a good living, is that greed? I don't think it's greed. I think it's just human nature. We want to be secure. So is it greed? You know, does the CEO of Nabisco, what is, you know, they make 500,000, 600,000, 700,000, $2 million a year, whatever. You know, is it greed? I don't know. If we've got more than we need, shouldn't we share? I don't know. If you didn't work for it, why should you share? You know, what do you guys think, man? Let me know. Let me know. I don't feel like companies like that should be able to, what I would call fat cat, off of the government's dime, off of the taxpayer's dime. So that's my thing. So if you've got an industry that's subsidized by the government and you're making millions of dollars, then we've got a problem. We do. So anyway, while there are poor people, there will be poor quality foods. Tom, not if you don't buy them, okay? Not if you don't buy them. Raise your own chickens. How much does it take to raise? I've got 7 laying hens and they provide enough eggs for me and all of my neighbors, guys. I spend literally $30 every 2 months on chicken feed. That's it, with 7 chickens, okay? If you can't afford that, I don't know what to say. I mean, yeah, I drink 16 ounces of water first thing in the morning. Also, plenty of farmers markets all year round here in Florida. Yeah, absolutely. I own a feed and pet supply store in Central Florida. We have seen a lot of people getting into backyard chickens. Yep. And you know what that's done is driven up the cost of chicken feed out, just outlandishly expensive. When I started raising chickens when I was growing up, we raised chickens, but when I started as an adult about 15 years ago, a bag of chicken feed was $7. Now it's $18, $23, $25 for a bag of chicken feed. It's crazy. You meet Jason Creel from Lawn Care Life. Yep. Yeah, I met a lot of people this weekend. Absolutely. No chickens allowed here in the city. Richard Thomas, get out there and start talking to people. about getting your chickens. I'm sure you've got some caring neighbors that want to bust you for having chickens. I'm sure some of you guys might live in neighborhoods where you are not able, you have a homeowners association and you're not able to grow your own garden. Why are you living there? Who are you trying to impress? What are you trying to do? What's your life really about? You know, are you in tune with nature? Are you in tune with the outdoors? Why are you living there? Why are you doing that? If you live in a city that won't allow chickens, start lobbying. I mean, it's getting more and more popular, guys, having a backyard garden, a victory garden. Okay, back in the 40s, back during World War II, the victory garden was a very popular thing, and people were feeding themselves and feeding their families off small garden plots. Why aren't we doing that anymore? Is food somebody else's responsibility, or is it yours? I don't know, man. We got on a good rant this morning, huh? I'm lucky upstate New York, farms all around. I want chickens. I can't stand store-bought. Yeah, once you have the eggs from your own backyard chickens, if you let them free range, you will understand really quickly that the eggs in the store that you are getting taste like cardboard. They just do. They just are flavorless. Okay, they really are. So we did take cows. On another note about food, we did take our cows. We took 2 to the market, to the butcher shop, and I have a freezer full of beef, but I don't have it to offer for sale just yet. We are testing. They're going to charge me like $400 to make my own Stony Ridge Farmer label. This is the first cow or steer that we've processed that has been 100% grass-fed, never had a medication, never had dewormer, never had antibiotics, nothing, just cow and grass. So I am very curious and want to make sure that we get the best quality meat for you guys. So we also bought some meat. If you guys don't follow Our Wyoming Life, Mike and Aaron at Our Wyoming Life, they sell beef online, also beef and beef jerky, all sorts of stuff. And go check them out. Tell them Stony Ridge Farmer sent you. I had them on the channel. Again, they're out in Wyoming. Great people. And they are who is teaching me how to get my farm fresh beef to you guys. So awesome. We got great morning in Amish country, Winesburg, Ohio. Awesome. You Ohio folks, let's hear it. Do you guys want, so I'll be up near Columbus and Dover, near Dover, Ohio, in a few weeks, I guess. Sometime next month, I'll be up there in the Amish country. We'll be visiting some people, trying to hook up with the Bearded Butchers, go out and see those guys. And Hand Hewn Farm, we'll try and get to see those guys. Are you guys interested in a Thanksgiving week meet and greet in Ohio? Give me a show of hands of how many folks would like to meet up. I think I'd like to do that. Maybe find ourselves a Northern Tool parking lot and all of us get together, shake hands and talk real quick. So let me know if you're in that area, you're in Ohio, let me know. I'm 10 minutes away from Dover. Heck yes. Brianne, awesome. Saw you on North Carolina weekend last night on Turtle Island. Nice. Cool. I didn't even know I was on TV. That's hilarious. It's awesome, man. Turtle Island's a very special place to me. Eustace Conway is a good friend of mine. If you guys don't know about the Mountain Man TV show, he is a mountain man. And he is quite possibly, I don't know, one of the smartest people that I know. I mean, he's just a really, really smart guy and has lived a crazy, awesome life. So definitely check him out. Awesome. I live 30 miles from Dover. So near Cincinnati. Canine Striker. Google it, brother. I don't know. I'm not up on my on my Ohio geography so much. I think Dover is kind of smack in the middle of the state, right up Interstate 77. So if that helps you. I think it's near Columbus. Guys that live in Ohio, let me know. What about New Bern, North Carolina area? Don't go down there much. We go down to the beach once in a while, once a year typically. I'll go down to Oak Island to the beach. But man, I just don't go down that way very much. Sister used to live on the Neuse River down in New Bern. A chicken coop doesn't take up much space. We educate customers every day regarding backyard chickens. South Scotty. Awesome. Send them to my videos, man. There's everything you need to know about keeping backyard chickens is on the channel right here. All right, here we go. Brad says, I believe people should help others if they can, and those making ridiculous salaries could do more, especially with our veterans. Brad, so I'm a veteran. I'm also, I'm a veteran of the Air Force. I was in for just a little over 4 years, and I don't expect anything from you. I don't expect that the government owes me for being a veteran for the rest of my life. I don't expect that. For the 4 years that I was in the military, I just don't expect that. I have friends, and I know of a lot of people that get a check from the government every month for a disability that, in my mind, is sucking tax dollars, and that's it. Now, I have no problem with people that need it and that need help, but I do have a problem with those who won't work for themselves and get help. Okay, so I guess that's my thought process there. I was a veteran, and you don't owe me anything, because I did it for me and my country to grow personally, to be a man, to learn how to be a man. And I don't think that you don't owe me for that. I think because another man is successful, I don't think that detracts from me. It drives me to be more successful. And a lot of folks see a successful person or someone who's making a good living, and it angers them when it really should inspire you to try and do better. You know, instead of saying, oh, that guy's so rich, he's got blah, 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 blah. Why does he have that? What is it that he did or she did to get there? How did that's what I study. So yeah. How big do you want your herd this time next year? Well, I don't have a whole lot of choice, but I'd like to be up to about 50. Okay, so we're at 35 now. We were at 45 before I sold off some cows. Dover is about 100 miles east of Columbus by car. Yep, right off 77. Okay, there you go. I feel like an imposter veteran, never in a war. Man, you defended the country. I don't know why that would be an imposter veteran. I didn't join the Air Force to go fight a war. I didn't do that. I didn't join the military to go do that. I joined the military to grow up, to get out of a small town, and I was getting into trouble, to get myself an education. That's why I went in the military, and to serve my country. So, and again, I don't think you owe me anything. And I don't think that just because Billy Bob up the street makes 150 grand a year and Johnny over here makes 35 grand a year, I think Johnny should study what Billy Bob is doing and make himself more successful. Not that Billy Bob owes Johnny. You know what I mean? Do you guys pick up what I'm saying here? So anyway, I don't know if that's political or what. But I do believe in supporting our veterans, and I do believe in giving back. Last year gave to the fire department. This year we'll probably give to the sheriff's office if everything goes well here on the farm. If we have any extra money left over in my business, either I put it on the farm or I try to do some donations to our local law enforcement and our local first responders. I think it's a good thing. So that's it. Nobody owes. Thank you for your service. Brother was in the Marines. My brother was in the Marines also. Of course, jealousy is a bad thing, says T. Holland. Yeah, I read a lot of books, man. A lot of books. I say I read. I listen to a lot of audio books, and when I got time, I'll sit down and read when I got time. And, I study people. I study wealthy folks. Trump's Art of the Deal. I've listened to that audio book, I think, 3 times now. I'm not a Donald Trump. My personality does not jive with the Donald Trump personality. I'm not that guy, but I think it's interesting to learn how he thinks and how successful people think. I'll say it now, and I'll say it again. If you haven't read Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad, that is a life-changing book. It is an absolute life-changing book. That's what I'm giving for Christmas to people, okay? Rich Dad, Poor Dad, okay? It makes a difference in your life. I read it the first time when I was 19 years old, guys, and by the time I was 23 years old, I owned 7 houses outright. That's going and getting it. That's working hard. That's working smart. And I was poor. I was super poor. I lived in a mobile home in a trailer park, and the houses that I rented out were more expensive than what I lived in. But it didn't matter because I was trying and I was working. I was trying to build my future. So it's something we got to think about. I worked for 20 years in the same hospital, same type of units you did. Right on, Richard. Awesome. Jackie says, you ever think about running for president? You've got my vote. Oh, how am I going to be president and move these cows, man? My passion does not lie in politics, I can tell you that. And it doesn't lie in people. You know, despite being out here, and probably 50,000 people will see this video today, I love being out here, outside, outdoors, with the animals, with nature. That's my thing, so for sure. Yep. Well, guys, I want to thank you all so much. There's 300 of you in here. Hit that like button on your way out the door. Thank you so much for joining me on the cattle move this morning. We will see you tomorrow for the cattle move, our Sunday Cows and Coffee podcast for our Sunday cow church. So we'll see you guys in the morning when we get out and move the cows. They're in the appropriate pasture now. I'll be back later this evening to rotate them to the next pasture, and we'll see you in the morning. Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining me here on the farm. All you folks that left super chats and stars over on Facebook, thank you all so much. Every little bit counts, and you guys are buying the hay. I mean, you're really buying the hay for the year, so thank you so much. It's $47 a day in the wintertime when we go rolling out hay for these cows. So, yep. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Take care. We'll see you in the morning. Woo! I'm back in town.